Let's begin by settling the body, adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position serviceable for meditation. So we think about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap, right over left with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. We try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning. We also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body, relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position, just allowing the body to fall into place. We begin to let go of attending to our environment, whatever sights, sounds there are, just letting them be. No need to investigate. Moving the mind inward, constraining it just to the body and mind. Concentrating that awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation that accompanies the in-breath and the out-breath in the space around the opening of the nostrils. Breathing naturally, breathing normally. Just noticing what arises, giving yourself the instruction to notice when the mind moves to anything other than that one intended object. And when that happens, simply lifting your awareness up from those distractions and placing it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. And then when the mind feels more calm, we'll take a moment to intentionally widen our circle of concern, to try to embrace countless sentient beings within the field of our practice by generating a vast altruistic motivation for our time. So we take a moment to feel how lucky we are. We have one more day in this precious human life to cultivate positive states of mind, to turn away from non-virtue, to program our mind in a positive direction for the future through the tendencies, the habits that we intentionally cultivate. Think of how extraordinary of an opportunity it is to benefit from the coming together of all of the incredible causes and conditions that all assemble simultaneously to provide us that opportunity. All of the ways in which we're nurtured and supported in that precious human rebirth by those around us. So I think over beginningless past lives, I have been preoccupied by just trying to make things work out for myself alone, even in this life. That's been the driving force. But to really take the essence of this precious human rebirth, now is the time to move beyond just self-interest, to open to the needs of others, to try my best to work for their benefit. Being able to engage in that kind of practice is the highest and best use of this incredible opportunity. So we take the process of creating those new habits, those new familiarities as the purpose of our time. And just recently, we contemplated how grasping at a false view of permanence causes suffering. And one of the ways in which that is true is never coming to terms with the main consequence of our own impermanent nature, the body's impermanent nature, which is that necessarily body and mind separate. At a certain point, when the body is no longer able to host consciousness, we call that death. Death is something that we have trouble thinking about, contemplating. but coming to terms with it can provide the fuel for our practice. So there are three main contemplations to engage in to help us to confront this inevitability. And the first of which is simply the certainty of death. So we can understand the certainty of death by bringing to mind powerful people from the past, the most famous rulers and generals, pharaohs, the most talented writers, musicians, philosophers, scientists, those who had incredible spiritual realizations. All of them walked the earth, had friends, enemies, dear ones, made contributions, and then passed away. No matter their wealth or status, their power over others, no matter how many monuments or books were dedicated to them, they were unable to prevent their own death. So bring to mind the people that are relevant for you in this way. And think within this life, you yourself have known a number of people who you have outlived. And within 50 years, 75 years, you yourself and almost everyone else alive today will be gone. Within 100 years, even almost everyone born today will also be gone. the world will be completely different. And try to see the truth of that directly. And then the second contemplation is that the span of this life has been continuously decreasing. This life for us began in the womb. And from that first moment, the body began to change, began to age. And that aging process has been one unbroken continuity. Whether we are asleep, engaged in play, however many years or months or days between this moment and the moment of our death, that period of time can only get smaller. It is as though at the moment of birth, we fall out of an airplane with no parachute. And from that moment to this moment, we're simply watching the ground get larger and larger in our field of view. Try to confront that sense of groundlessness. And then the third contemplation is that during this life, the amount of time that we have available to engage in serious spiritual development is quite short. So recognize over the course of this life, as a child, we were completely distracted with school, friends, simply learning to navigate the world. And then, as a young adult, we were interested in our careers, perhaps starting a family. And even now, think of a typical week, a typical day. How many moments in a day are devoted intentionally to cultivating positive states of mind, to understanding the influence of destructive states of mind and applying antidotes, averting them. How many more healthy years lay ahead where the body and mind will be serviceable for serious study, meditation. How influenced are we by seeking entertainment, distraction? Try to arrive at an honest understanding of just how much of this life is available to be used in this constructive way. And reviewing these 3 points, the goal should be to spur us into action, to give rise to a strong determination that beginning right now, I will redouble my efforts to use this life constructively. The goal isn't to have a fear of death, but to have a concern of not using this life to be prepared for the moment of death. Try to give rise to that determination and rest your mind in it without distraction. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. And we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation and that has generated positive energy in your mind. So think that you freely offer the fruit of your practice, that positive energy for the benefit of all sentient beings without exception. Thinking strongly when this positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve the state of enlightenment so that I might work for the benefit of all sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's long life be completely dispelled. May I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.